Hello, everyone, and welcome to MBA Waves. We are live and on the air. My name is Erika Lucrezia, your host, along with my co-host, Bara Sapir. Bara, hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Oh, I can hear you're accompanied by a canine friend, huh?
This is a foster dog. I'm big in dog rescue, and they need fosters. So anyone listening, if you ever had an inkling, foster.
Nice. So I guess because of your video, I'll let you mute from time to time. But Bara is the founder of City Test Prep and Mindflow. She's based in San Francisco, and I'm the founder of Candidate Coach, an admissions consulting firm, and I'm here in Paris, France, along with several other fine people today. Today we are joined by a few people from ESCP Business School in Europe, and I'll let you guys go around the room and introduce yourself. Why don't we start with Kevin?
Yes. Hello, everybody. I'm Kevin, and I work in the MBA Admissions Department at ESCP Business School Paris campus. And I am originally from Italy, and maybe as you can hear, and I've been working for ESCP for almost 2 years now. And I'm really happy to be here.
Nice. Thanks, Kevin. And next up, Joumana, want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you for the invitation. So I'm Joumana KACHOUR. I'm the head of corporate relations and career services for the MBA program for all campuses. And I joined the SCP 3 years ago.
Nice. Yeah, super important. That's the results part of the MBA. People want to know about what kind of job am I going to have afterwards. And maybe that's a good moment to introduce Erika, who's a recent alum who I believe just graduated. So I guess congratulations, first of all, Erika. How are you?
Thank you. Hi, Eric. Hi, Bara. Hi, everyone. I just graduated 2 weeks ago in Paris, so it's been great. And currently, I'm the Director for Climate Change and Sustainability Services at EY Philippines.
Nice. And so you'll be heading back to the Philippines, as I understand, pretty soon.
Yes. So I'm leaving France to go to a really hot and beautiful tropical country, and I can't wait to go to the beach.
Yeah. And start work at EY, you said, right?
Yes. I'm working
Fantastic.
at EY. Mm-hmm.
Looks like you got an amazing position lined up for yourself. That's great news. So just a real quick, MBA Waves, we talk about all things business, education, and we also spotlight on various schools, some top-ranked MBA programs around the world, and ESCP holds the unique, let's say, title of being the world's first business school that was created actually as a business school, and they have a really, I think, unique pan-European identity where they have campuses in several countries around Europe, including Paris, London, Torino, Italy, Madrid, Spain, Berlin, Germany, Warsaw, Poland. Am I missing any? No. I'm pretty okay. I made the rounds. All right, good. So that's fantastic, and I'll let Bara take it away.
Well, for a school that is so old, I love hearing that some of you have actually been here relatively new, which means that it's a really beautiful blend of old ideas and traditions, probably, and new. And I'm curious about what's new and exciting happening at ESCP now.
Yeah, well, Bara, first of all, we have talked about the graduation ceremony, which took place last Friday, right, Erika? And it was amazing. I don't know, Erika, if you want to say some words about this great moment.
We had the really fantastic graduation ceremony. It was at Hotel Potoki, just at the back of Champs-Élysées. And it was a beautiful place. Everything was really great. Aside from the crazy heat wave that we've experienced, I think it was around like 38 degrees. So that was pretty tough. But seeing everyone, hearing where they are right now as well, because our program actually ended last year. And so everyone also started working. It was great to reconnect and see how everyone is when it comes to like where they are in terms of career. Some people had babies during the MBA as well. So it was great to meet our little MBA baby there. And of course, to see the administration and, hearing about like the next batch. The program was amazing as well. We've had like wonderful band And of course, it's really a great celebration, good cocktails. And also, we have this really amazing gift that we received also from the school. Aside from, of course, the class sponsor, which is Cartier, we received this a tree. So basically, each of us got a tree. I think it was by Echo Tree. And so we get to, like after a few years, we get to see where our trees are, which is right here in France. So that one is pretty cool, and it's towards something that I'm quite passionate about, which is on sustainability.
Erika, let me ask you a quick follow-up question to that. So considering you have the campuses in the cities that we just mentioned, does everyone come to Paris for the graduation, or do you do it in multiple campuses?
Yeah, so it was in Paris, and so people actually flew in, like with me, I flew in from the Philippines. Some people flew in from the US, and so it was great that everyone was in one place, and we got to get to have like a family get together once more.
Nice. So you guys had some pretty big news this year. In February this year, the Financial Times, right, the famous rankings, they came out with their latest global MBA rankings, where ESCP's MBA in International Management, which was the program you did, entered for the first time at like a really impressive spot. I believe it was 52nd place, which is a pretty huge deal. So first of all, congratulations to all of you. But I'm not sure who wants to answer, maybe Kevin. Please tell us how this news has affected the school and the program.
Well, maybe I'll let Joumana say a few words about this great event. And I mean, we're quite happy, but I let Joumana speak.
Yeah, and perhaps you can then complete what I would say what I will say. So yeah, it's indeed it's a great success for us, as it's the first entry, and it places the school as the 13th in Europe, the first for the international course experience, the first in international student diversity, and the 8th for the international mobility. It's also, it confirms actually the high quality of the program, which is, it increases actually its visibility, because as you know, it's a very young program. And it also emphasizes the customized support we provide to our students. And I would say that it also, and perhaps then Erika could also say a few words about that, but it highlights their successful career growth. Our objective, the objective of the MBA program being to accelerate actually the international career of our students. So it's a confirmation of all these, I would say, elements, if I can say it this way. Perhaps, I don't know if Erika, Kevin, or I don't know, Eric, if you have if I could add something about that.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering that. I mean, I was thinking that, as you said, the ranking is giving us visibility. So also in terms of candidates, we have noticed an increasing interest from our candidates and prospective students. In fact, for example, during the application process, they point out that, for example, they get to know ESCP thanks to this Financial Times ranking. So it's amazing for us, of course. Of course, Erika wasn't. I mean, I don't know how, Erika, you you get to know ESCP maybe by I don't know, speaking to alumni or by speaking to a professor. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, Erika, please go ahead.
Yeah, well, I got to get to know ESCP because I was able to work with some of the previous interns that we had in the Philippines. So we did get a couple of master students, and that's how I got to know more about the school, because I used to be part of a nonprofit organization, and so we would get volunteers that would spend like 2 weeks with us on consulting projects. And so that was pretty amazing. And I thought that, hey, if I'm going to do an MBA, why not with ESCP, right? So, yeah.
Just perhaps if I could add, because it's related to what Kevin was mentioning and Erika, it's that it is the first ranking because, as we were mentioning, it's a young program. So the first cohort, you need to have like 3 cohorts at least to be able to rank the program. So this is why the first one was ranked actually this year. So Erika cohort will be ranked in 3 years.
Right. Yeah, just giving a little bit of background about how rankings work. Most of the rankings companies like Financial Times, The Economist, US News and World Report, they survey students who have graduated 3 years prior. So they have a bit of history. They have time to really see that return on investment. And I had the opportunity to interview actually your associate dean, who's based in the Madrid campus, Laura Ruiz. There you go. Right? Yes. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
And we sat down and spoke, and it's really interesting about the rankings because of your unique position of having all these campuses around Europe. This being number 52 puts ESCP, I think you're like the number 2 business school in all of Italy, the number 3 in all of France, number 1 in Germany. I think it was 4 in Spain and 6 in the UK. And that's really impressive and a very unique way to benefit from that ranking. And as a young program, I think it's fantastic that you guys are able to enter in such a high position. And it really does show the strength of the program.
So speaking of the program and the ranking, can we get into the weeds a little bit and tell me what some of the standout unique features of the ESCP MBA has?
Yes, so some unique features that come to my mind, of course, are the 6 campuses we have in Europe, which is, we're talking about this, which of course give to our students, such a great opportunity to live and study in different cities, which is quite cool in terms of international exposure, I do believe. And also, that almost, I think, all the different campuses have quite central locations. So, for example, as Eric knows very well, because we met in the Montparnasse campus, where I'm based right now, the Montparnasse campus in Paris is very central, as well as the République one, because we have 2 different campuses in Paris. So the MBA staff and the MBA classes take place here in Montparnasse. So also the centrality of the different campuses is something quite great, I do believe. And when candidates have to choose which MBA they want to do, they also look at this kind of things, of course. So the location of the different campuses. And for example, Erika, I wanted to ask you, which campuses did you choose?
I actually went to the London and the Paris campus.
Okay.
So it, as you've mentioned earlier, like the where the spots are or where the campus is located, it's really quite amazing and quite central. In London, we were in West Hampstead, and it was just a few minutes walk from the Hampstead Heath Park. And it's really beautiful. And then, of course, during our MBA in Paris, we were at the République. So that was cool.
Yeah, this year we are in Montparnasse. If you didn't know, I don't know if you know that, but
Yes.
we have changed the campus. So it's also, I think, important to say that the program is only 10 months long. So because at ESCP, we believe that quite a short program would be beneficial for our students, also in terms of career opportunities. And also, we have what we call an onboarding period, where students can follow some online classes. For example, languages courses, maths, computer skills, principles of finance, and all these courses are taught online. They last for 3 weeks before the beginning of the on-site program. So we like to call it a sort of summer school. So all the students are together online following these courses before coming to Paris for what we call the induction seminar, where all the cohort is based in Paris. And then sorry, Eric.
That's a mandatory part of the program, the onboarding one?
Actually, no, in the sense that we ask our students to follow the courses, but the onboarding part of the program is not mandatory, but it's highly recommended. Yeah, of course.
Sorry, Kevin, please go ahead.
No, that's all. We're quite, as I said, we always push our students really to follow this kind of courses.
Yeah, I was just, perhaps, Eric, if I may, I was just going to add to this onboarding period what we call the ILIP seminar, which is actually, it is, so Kevin was mentioning that it's again not mandatory, but we make sure that all MBA students join actually the ILIP seminar before coming on campus. The objective of this seminar is to put them in contact before they arrive on campus with all the career services from all campuses. It's held online with alumni, but also with key business leaders, and also to meet between each other, because we have different sessions and different working groups, so they can meet with each other before meeting like in person on campus. So when they're on campus, I know that, the admission team, they organize, like they have a dedicated page, so they meet together, but it's also, the ILIP is also a way to meet together and to start thinking about their professional goal and how we can help them actually.
Yeah, you're starting building your network already. So when they do meet in person, the kind of the ice is already broken. Like, oh, I remember you from the thing last week or whatever. Yeah, that's great. So this is probably more of a Kevin question, but you guys can decide how you want to respond. Let's talk a little bit about the admissions process at ESCP. Many of our listeners today are thinking about applying to your program. And so like, what should they expect? What are some suggestions you like to offer in terms of being a great applicant for ESCP?
Yeah, thank you, Eric. So, well, certainly academic skills are very important, but for example, a high GMAT score is a plus, like for every single business school, I suppose. But leaving aside all the academic skills, what we consider more important is the candidate's personality and how this personality can differentiate him or her from other applicants. And of course, a way to let us know that you are a good candidate is both by taking care, of course, of the application file, the application process. So, for example, answering in a proper way to the questions, to the essay questions, for example, or try to give quite a good summary of your work experiences, for example. But also, it's very important for us to. That's what I always suggest to, our candidates, to try to be themselves, basically. Also during, of course, the interview they have with the MBA Associate Dean and the MBA Director of Studies. So we always push them to be themselves. And because, of course, during the interview, there won't be tricky questions. It's a very, it's a way to get to know the candidate. So it's a very human interaction. Maybe I don't know, for example, I don't know if you, Erika, remember something about your, the application process or also the interview itself.
Yes, well, I do remember bits and pieces, I guess, because I took the application 2019, I believe, like December. So that was pre-pandemic.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, and so what I remember would be I actually took the equivalent test. I'm not sure if it's still happening.
Yeah, actually, yes. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so I did not really take the GMAT, but ESCP offers something quite similar. So you have this platform where you just have to click, and then there will be someone who will be watching you take the online exam. So we have one for math, I think, and one is for reading comprehension. And so I guess the results of that would kind of be an equivalent to the GMAT. That was pretty memorable to me, just because I haven't done that in quite a while. And also, like with the interview, it was also pretty fast. Like the entire application process for me was quite fast. I think it took less than a month for me to receive my acceptance letter. So that was pretty great. And ESCP was also pretty responsive during that time.
Yeah, thank you, Erika. In fact, what we offer, we always push our candidates to pass the GMAT or an equivalent test like GRE, for example. But what we offer them, when a candidate submits the application, we offer him or her to pass the, let's say, an alternative test to the GMAT. That it's internal to ESCP. So results, of course, remain confidential, but it's a way, for example, a candidate doesn't want to pass to GMAT for personal reasons, we give him or her the chance to pass this alternative test that Erika was talking about. So it's a great opportunity again for our candidates. But still, if you want to apply for different schools, we always push our students to pass to GMAT, because of course they can keep the results and, as you know, apply for different business schools.
Sure. So since you have multiple campuses, do students come on campus themselves to visit? Do they come to Paris or to one of the other campuses? Or do they go to multiple ones to visit? Or do they just go to one? Or is it virtual?
Joumana, maybe. Oh no, I'm gonna go. Yeah, actually, during COVID, it was more virtual. Now we host many events also on campus. So we have formal and informal events, big and small events. I mean, it depends, but actually we are pushing our students to come on campus. So for example, we have, for example, French candidates coming to the French campus, and I'm sure we have, Italian people going to Turin campus, people from Spain going to Madrid campus. You know, it's quite, all the campuses are different, of course. So, for example, you know, students have to choose a specific track. For example, this year we offered 3 different cities for the first semester, Turin, London, and Paris, and 3 different cities for the second semester. So Paris, Berlin, or Madrid. So it's better maybe we ask, if they can, of course, to our candidates and students to go to visit the campus, because at least they have an idea of how the campus is organized. So for example, as I said, we have on-site MBA afterworks, we call them. For example, as I said, campus tour, or also doing the campus tour is not only an opportunity, you know, to know the campus, to get to know the campus, but it's also a way to meet current students and also, of course, the MBA team, us, the admission team. Or for example, we recently had, and Joumana, you remember that, an on-site career breakfast where we discuss, career opportunities. Candidates met some alumni. So maybe Joumana, you want to say something about this event?
Yeah, actually, I can't remember the number of candidates, but we had many candidates on campus. And we organized, as Kevin was saying, a breakfast, and they met with the current students and they met with the alumni, but also with the team. And we kind of discussed the program, what we provide as career services, and how we can help them actually to achieve their professional objectives. This is, everything related. I would say the final objective is to find their dream job, if we can say it this way. So we were here to answer all the questions, and it was. It was very much appreciated by the candidates. They're always asking for more of this kind of events.
Yeah, true. Also, in terms maybe of online events that we offer them, we have many MBA webinars that are organized on a regular basis. And let's say, for example, we have one webinar about CCP, one webinar about, we are going to talk about this later, specific webinars about career service, specific webinars like alumni Q&A. So it's very dynamic in this sense. We also have masterclasses with ESCP professors. So we have both the online part and the on-site part. And of course, we remain always available on our website. Candidates can contact alumni because we have their LinkedIn profile, their ESCP email addresses. They can book appointments with recruiters, of course. So, we have these 2 different parts, online and on-site.
Thanks, Kevin. I also want to just remind anyone who's listening on any of the platforms on LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube that if you have any questions, you can write them into the comments, and then we can ask whoever you like. But until then, I have a question, and it may be more for Joumana at first as a staff, and then maybe Erika as a student. But I've heard a lot of great things about the company consultation projects. So could you guys share a little bit about that? What do those entail?
Yeah, sure. So the companies, so I'm going to share like a bit and then give Erika the word. So the company consultancy project, there are like key elements in the program. The student, they have 2 company consultancy projects during these 10 months. And it's like 2 CCPs, I'm going to say it this way. So 2 CCPs on two different campuses. So it gives them the opportunity to actually work with companies as consultants on really live projects to get to know better an industry or a field. And I think that one of the specificities is that during semester 2, it focuses on the CSR and sustainability and diversity and inclusion topics. I would just leave the word to Erika, and then perhaps I could, unless you would like me to give you like a few examples of companies we worked with, because it's like depending on the campuses.
That would be interesting for the audience, please. Yeah.
Sure. So a few examples: we had BNP Paribas, Google, Cartier, Deloitte, the Olympic Committee in Madrid, L'Oréal, Philips, SAP, Siemens, Schneider. Erika, actually, which were the companies you worked for during the 2 CCPs in London and in Paris?
I did for London. I was with the Evans Randall Investment Group, and then for the one in Paris, I was with the Maison Cartier.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's like small examples, Eric, about the different so the companies in terms of coming from different industries, and of course from different countries, because it's like again related to the different campuses. So perhaps Erika, you could perhaps share
yes,
your experience with this.
Sure. Actually, for me, the CCPs were the highlight of one of the greatest highlights of my MBA experience. Like before joining the MBA, I was actually thinking to do a career shift because for a while I was mostly in marketing, social entrepreneurship, and business development, but I wanted to focus more on sustainability. And given that the CCP, especially on the semester 2, is focused on sustainability, it kind of became like a hook for me, and I got really excited about this. So fortunately, when I was in the London campus, our CCP project was on renewable energy. So Evans Randall wanted us to study the different players of renewable energy, mostly focusing on wind players as well as the electrification, because they wanted to also look at investment opportunities with those different players in the field. So it made me learn a bit more about renewable energy, how it is in the UK, who are the different players, what are the cities investing, and putting up different projects. So that was quite interesting. And then for the second semester, I did a project with our class sponsor, Cartier, where we were tasked to look into sustainable packaging, but making sure to also consider the heritage and tradition of the brand. So, like if you're a luxury company or a luxury brand, it's difficult to please certain customer segments. So we have to make sure that we study all these different market demographics, and then also eventually propose sustainable packaging solutions for them, and what are different packaging trends that the industry is also embracing at that time. So those 2 CCP projects or company consultancy projects really helped me in terms of credentials, as well as I wanted to shift and focus on sustainability. And I believe that because of these experiences, I was able to land a good job and be the director for climate change and sustainability services at EY Philippines. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great segue. And I think, sorry to interrupt, Joumana, but I think this is a great segue for you to talk a little bit about what the career trajectories are, because everyone takes a risk and they quit their jobs in order to spend a small fortune on the MBA. And so they want to know what the return on the investment is. And so what services do you offer, and what does your team offer, and what can they think about that both domestically in Europe and also abroad?
Yeah. So in terms of career services, and thank you for a question, because this is really one of the specificities of the MBA program, is that the career services are really at the heart of the program. So they are fully integrated in the MBA program. We have, like, for example, a day per week, one day dedicated to the career services activities and events that we organize. No matter what happens, they have one day dedicated to it. So the student can also, it's also a way to help them to devote some time to their professional objective, because Kevin was mentioning earlier that the program is 10 months. It's very intense, very demanding. And this is also a way to give them this opportunity to think about the professional objective and to devote some time to it. And they are in contact, regardless of the campus, they are in contact with the career services from all campuses. So they can be in Paris, but they can be in contact with the career services team, for example, in London, in Madrid, in Turin. So this is also a key element. It's really important, especially when it comes, because one of the services that we provide is the career advisors. They have a pool of career advisors and coaches that with whom they are in contact, like, throughout the program, and who help them to think about and to think about their professional objective, and to understand themselves better, to become, because the objective is to become better, and I would say responsible leaders, managers, because after the MBA they do have higher responsibilities. So this is regarding the career advisors service that we provide. We also, our main objective, I would say, is to bring them close to the business environment, to the companies. So we do it through different kinds of events, like company presentations, coffee chat sessions, networking events, the CCPs that we already mentioned, roundtables, what we also call industry-specific workshops or industry-specific roundtables. It's industry-specific, but also function, because sometimes it's not only about the industry, but about the function, knowing that, I would say, if I can give a number, 84%, based on last year, I would say survey, 84% of the students, they experience a change either in the industry, the function, or the country. Sometimes it's at least, I would say, 2 changes over the 3, at least. So these are the kind of services that we provide, but also events, as I was mentioning. So networking events, but also MBA career fairs. So this is really, really important, because the school organizes the fairs for all programs, but we organize, like, specific MBA career fairs for the MBA. So companies who are interested and hiring MBA profiles. And this takes place, so we have the local career fairs, and the European MBA career fairs, they take place online, because we have companies joining from different countries, different regions, and the students, actually, they are also spread over the different campuses. So this is the reason why we organize it online. And one also key element that we already discussed is the alumni network. This is key. It's really key. It's key, and I would say that it's one of our strengths. So we really work very closely with the alumni. They come as either to have, like, to do a testimony, but also as mentors, because all MBAs, they have the opportunity to have one mentor, one alumni as a mentor throughout the 10 months. And the feedback, based on the feedback that we have every year, we know that it doesn't stop after the MBA. They keep contact, and it really becomes like a really relationship between the alumni and the students. So it's like really what, the community that that is growing and that we are building with them. So perhaps, I don't know, Erika, if you would like to add something. Maybe I forget something that we provide.
Well, I guess I'd like to mention also that the career services helped our student society to organize an event as well. So back when I was still in the MBA, me and my co-founder, we started a student society called Women in Leadership Society. And so, of course, given that, you know, we're looking for women-led speakers at the time, also looking into the different companies that eventually we'll be targeting. We would organize certain online events, focusing mostly on the topic, specifically on diversity and inclusion, gender advancement, as well as sustainability. And so the career services team also helped us, you know, plot down a specific date, because each of us have different calendars also, because we're all based in different campuses. So it's quite hard to, you know, like have everyone free on a weekday at a certain time, like for a couple of hours, just because, you know, a lot of things are happening in different campuses. So that was something that's quite memorable also during my experience.
Thank you. And if I may add, it's related to what you are mentioning, Erika, and it's really important, is that, I mean, what we organize as career services is not that we set like a program and the students just come as attendees, but they are proactively engaged in everything that we organize. So we have, of course, the calendar of workshops, but in addition, for all the events, it's like ongoing. So whenever there is like, they take like initiatives, we are always here to help them to implement it, to make things possible, to make things happen whenever it's possible, because sometimes there's like external factors that we cannot handle, but usually we try our best to do it.
Right. So it sounds like you're empowering the students to create in part what it is that they want to see happening, like the organization that Erika co-founded. That makes sense. So it's really
first
awesome.
of all, what you're doing as a school sounds incredibly complex with all the different campuses and alumni all over the place, and you're taking advantage of all the technology that's been put in place that COVID is kind of like sort of gifted the world to now have to use more, but it like really makes sense for what you guys are offering. And then you have students like Erika who created this organization, which is, as I heard, it's still going on, right? Even though you've graduated.
It is. It is.
It's beautiful, like to have that kind of imprint, that kind of mark on your school where you've spent just what was it? I guess 10 months, and that's amazing. And then you mentioned a lot about alumni, and I wanted to ask you about that because you always hear like an MBA program is as good as its alumni, right? So what about the alumni network? What are some of the activities and services that go along with that?
So the alumni network, I don't know if you know, but it's like the ESCP alumni network consists of 73,000 alumni. So it's a network growing continuously, and it's really one of our strengths, and we work. It's really central and crucial, I would say, for all programs. But we as MBAs, we work very closely with them. So the alumni, they're actively, I would say, they're actively engaged as company representatives, for example, when we organize the career fairs, but as alumni when we organize coffee chat, just for informative sessions, as mentors, as recruiters, because we also centralize, we receive a lot of opportunities aimed at MBAs, and many of the opportunities are actually shared with us by alumni. So this is also very important. And we have also implemented, so of course as advisors, but we have also implemented this year the industry-specific experts. So in addition to the career advisors that I was mentioning earlier, the students, based on their professional objective, they can meet with an industry-specific or a function-specific expert who will help them actually who will answer and help them throughout the process of their job search. So they really have like a key role.
Yeah.
It sounds
something like lifelong too, which is great.
Exactly. And whenever the student, I mean, at the very beginning, what we always tell the students, and we always say it at the very end or as well, is that it's really, really a community. And the community consists of the students, the alumni, the team, everyone. It's like an ecosystem. And we are always very proud to see that the alumni are here to support and to help and to always, really always give back. It's like, and they do it like very spontaneously, very naturally. So it's really, really, we are really proud of it.
Sounds like you've really cultivated like pay it forward kind of culture, which is great. Sorry, Bara, what were you going to say?
Well,
yes.
What I'm hearing is that on multi-levels that there's new things happening all the time. That there's things happening that's generated by the students. You're just speaking about now this new initiative that you've just brought on. So what else is sort of brewing that you're looking forward to? What new initiatives and new projects that haven't yet been started that are in the works?
Yeah, I was thinking about the fact that some new campuses will be, we will open some new campuses, for example, in Turin and Madrid, so which is cool. And in terms of, the learning experience, we do care, of course, about the academic success of our students, but also, and especially, I would say in this weird world we are living in, we do care about mental health, the mental wellness of our students. So we really do care about both parts. So it's okay to care about academic success, the future of an MBA student, but also we do care about his, of course, the mental health, the mental wellness, which is very, very important. So what else? We will have, it's actually not new, but I wanted to share it with you. We will have the closing seminar next week with the class of 2022. So we are very happy to, I don't know if I can say where we are going. I would keep it as a secret. But I think they will be very, very happy. And of course, we will welcome the class of 2023 in September. So, I mean, yeah. I don't know if you have, maybe Joumana, something to add.
No, just about the closing. Indeed, it's not new, but what happened, I mean, the context didn't allow us to organize it for example, Erika Courteille or the previous one. So I was going to say, Kevin, that we could perhaps say where we were going, but let's keep it.
I don't know if
we can.
I let you decide.
Yeah, it's like it's next week, so it's next Thursday actually. So can I share? I'm going to share it. So anyway, they will know, right? So we are going to spend the day at Reims and do like a visit at one of the Maison de Champagne, champagne houses. So spend the day, visit, and we will have all the cohort. Eric, you're on mute. We cannot hear what you were saying.
I was just inserting, sorry, for those who don't know, Reims is the capital of the Champagne region of France. So that's even more interesting.
Can I come? Can I come?
Yeah, you can, Bara, of course.
Of course, you're welcome. No, but it's also a way to gather them, again, because they will be all meeting and it's the last day of the MBA. So it's like, so it started with the induction that Kevin was mentioning. And we had the regatta, and now there is the closing. So it's a way to end this program, like I would say, in a beautiful way. But it's not the end; it's the end of the program, but the beginning. Exactly.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Next chapter. That is beautiful.
Exactly.
I love that. And you think it's the last moment? Maybe they won't want to leave, so you never know.
No, we are keeping them all.
We're about 45 minutes into this episode of MBA Waves and had a great conversation with ESCP. Final chance if anyone has to ask any questions from the audience. But I'll ask the last question to the group. For those who are interested in learning more, are there any upcoming open houses or anything? Like what's the best thing that people who are interested, candidates or prospective applicants, what's the best thing they should do next?
Yeah, I mean, the best thing that they can do, actually, candidates, is trying to contact the MBA ambassadors. we always push our candidates to contact the alumni, the MBA alumni, because of course we can talk about the program, we can talk about the admission process, we can go through all the curriculum, but actually we are not, the admission team and also, the administrative team is not doing the program, so it's always better to have the idea, some feedback from the real students who did the program. So contact the ambassadors or students. You can find ESCP MBA students on LinkedIn, so very easily. And also maybe try to have a look at the different webinars we have organized throughout the year. For example, we have many webinars, as I said before, about CCPs or about career service. Also, what we offer on our website is the CV review in order to check if you are eligible for our MBA. And of course, again, contact us. Contact me or Isabel Perna, my colleague. We are here to help, and we really care about your future. And we always try to help our candidates to choose the best MBA for them.
Kevin, if you like, you can put an email address, either you or Isabel, or a generic email in the comments, and I'll share that with the audience.
I'm gonna do that so that you have my email address.
I think what would be also interesting to add to that is each campus also has a visa office or like a visa person, head. I'm not sure what's the title, but because for me, since I'm from the Philippines, I needed to sort out all these visa things. At a time, UK was also about to be it was already Brexit, so the visa was different than the EU, the Schengen. So it was kind of, like all the stuff that I was thinking about before considering the program. So that was pretty helpful, being able to talk to someone about all of these things, telling me what we can do next and how they're going to be helping us jump from one country to another. Yeah. So that was great. Yeah.
All right, I'm just popping onto the screen the contact email and thank you for that last comment, Erika. The contact email for both Kevin and your colleague, I forget, you just said her name.
Isabel Perna. Yeah, she's the head of admissions at ESCP. Perfect.
Well, thank you so much. It was really interesting getting to know you guys after talking for months and behind the scenes. But thank you so much for your time and for sharing with everyone. And hope to see you again on MBA Waves.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.
And of course, best of luck to Erika. Congratulations once again, and safe flight back to the Philippines. And best of luck with your career with EY. It's amazing.
And enjoy the beach.
Yes, I will, definitely. Thank you so much, and enjoy.
All right,
enjoy,
bye-bye.
friends.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
See you next Tuesday on MBA Waves.